listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's a little cloudy this morning. That's okay, though. It's a work day. It feels like it, doesn't it? When it's a little cloudy, it's Tuesday. You're a long way from the weekend. That's what we're here for. AM Ocala Live. Good morning, everybody. To get your day started, get you moving through the week, and just keep you informed, too, with a little bit of what's going around the block. As far as information goes, for anything new that's come through, we're going to give it to you. As we say good morning, as we mentioned, it's a little overcast, a little cloudy. There's a little bit of a chance of rain this morning before we get to the 12 o'clock hour. As we say, it's mostly cloudy right now with a high of 69 degrees. But today we should see some gradual clearing, mostly sunny skies, high near 89. It could get a little breezy as everything starts to move out a little bit. They're saying that could have a consistent 10-mile-an-hour wind with an expectation of that increasing towards the afternoon, as we could see it being a little breezy out there this afternoon. As we say, for those in the smaller aircraft and general aviation world, good luck. It's going to be a bumpy one today. As it is, though, sunny skies as it will clear out for most of the morning into the afternoon, a lot with to do with that wind. And that leaves tonight mostly clear skies, low around 66 degrees, a little southwest wind tonight around 5 to 9 miles an hour. Now, we mentioned yesterday that it looks like it looked like we were going to get some rain yesterday, but we got a little bit and then some heavy drops for a moment, and then it was nothing ever really consistent. And about the time it got to us, it was starting to fall apart. However, what that does mean, though, is with the cloudiness this morning breaking away, just like yesterday we were mentioning that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday expectations of our forecast give us a chance of rain, of maybe some rain shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon. 20% chance Wednesday, 30 on Thursday, 30 on Friday, and 30 on Saturday, with those expectations of what would be and what look like afternoon thunderstorms, which is more of the trend as we get into, obviously, the months of June and July, and then August, and then September, and it's oppressive heat until about October, as we could see ourselves now starting to get into the expectations of the wet season. June 1st, we know, is hurricane season. That begins that. We already had the one named tropical storm that come up through and disturbed a little bit of the Carolinas, and then now is moving itself out to sea. But with that, we're starting to see then the moisture in the area start to develop for our afternoon thunderstorms for this week. So looks like we'll be starting to get into that summer trend, and it'll feel like that too with the temperatures nearing 90 today and high of 88 tomorrow, and then 90 for the rest of the week. Like we said, for the weekend, pretty much just looking like a chance of an afternoon thunderstorm, 30% in the afternoon for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as that leads right into Monday, which is Memorial Day. Can you believe it? We're less than a week away from Memorial Day, so that's good news there. With this Tuesday, we got a good show for you lined up. Everybody loves a Tuesday show here, AM Ocala Live. That's because we got some pretty sweet guests, as we have In the Garden with Carol Ann Baldwin. We'll have her in this morning to talk a little about what we can expect now with afternoon thunderstorms. What's that mean for when it's time to water the lawn, the patio, flowers on the patio, the garden, what that also means for the expectation of wanting to still plant things, and so and so forth. So we'll be talking with Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin for that. Also at 10 o'clock, we'll be auto repair with personal care. Matt Gibbs, Sunrise Automotive. We'll have him in the studio as we'll talk about maybe some stuff this time of year with automotive overall, and any questions that you would have in maintaining your vehicle, or any questions you would have on what it would take to maintain the vehicle. Matt Gibbs, like we said, auto repair with very personal care, good guy that we have in the studio to keep that conversation rolling. So we got a good show for you lined up there. And of course, at the 8 o'clock hour, we'll have Galen, Life South Community Blood Centers, and I'm wondering if he caught, like we were talking about from the weekend, the Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary of the dynasty of the Chicago Bulls. Didn't mention it yesterday, and we'll see if you got a chance to watch a little bit of it, and maybe just touch base on one of the things that were mentioned there. There's actually nothing new I learned from the last 2 episodes, except for one thing, and we'll leave that as a little bit of a teaser for later today with that segment with Galen, which again is brought to you by our proud sponsors at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center and Penn Flooring. And if you heard the new advertisement for Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, they've been a proud sponsor of our show here at the station for years, and everything that they've been doing is a little bit heavier considering what they're doing with the COVID-19 and how they've had to handle it and everything expected, like we mentioned from what you heard from the ad. Just the sincerity of knowing that they were the first ones to do what they needed to do with guidelines and implement lockdowns and stuff like that. And with everything going through phases and changes to reopen, that is probably going to be one of the last things that do so. However, with the ad that we had mentioned, they're thinking about you and your loved ones, to the idea of knowing that how bad you probably want to see them and connect with them on definitely a more personal level. And they were sharing that to say that any questions that you would have on how they're going to do phases or what they're expecting next, because they're on a day-to-day basis, they do encourage you to give them a call, because they completely understand where you're at with some of the folks you want to visit and everything else. Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation, friends of ours. Give them a call, 352-854-6262. That's 352-854-6262. And again, just a proud sponsor of our segment with Life South Community Blood Centers, and of course Penn Flooring with them as well, as good friends there too. Penn Flooring for all of your flooring needs. And that's the big thing, is we're reopening a lot. Phases are being implemented, so that means what for places like Palm Garden? Well, they're not 100% sure yet, but they're going to be doing everything they've done from a day-to-day basis, sometimes a morning to lunch basis, and everything to that extent. But with that, we know from yesterday, we had gyms. I always want to say gymnasiums, but exercise gyms and gym memberships as such, opening up yesterday with the idea of 50% capacity as Marion County gyms start reopening after COVID-19. As they said here, no crowds on Monday as Ocala gyms reopen with capacity limits, adding attention to, what else? Sanitation. It says during the nearly 2 months, it says here, Mr. Kevin Sullivan couldn't go to the gym during COVID-19's lockdown. He did between 400 and 500 push-ups every day at his Ocala home. But it wasn't the same as the ritual of hitting the gym and sweating it out between iron and gears, workout machines between him and a special piece. It's like therapy for me, he says. It's a stress reliever. Well, that's why for the first chance he got when he went straight to the gym on Monday, as gyms across much of Florida could reopen at the 50% capacity with strict cleaning and social distancing protocols. To Your Health Spa reopened all 5 of the locations on Monday, for those who are wondering, because I know there's friends of mine that go to Your Health Spa, as Sullivan was the 2841 Southwest 20th Street location, working up a sweat, as it's the best feeling in the world, he says, as he worked at his chest press. Says Jason Klein, the gym's general manager, said he expected more people to show up. However, not everybody is rushing back all at once. I expected the opposite, Klein said, judging from the hundreds of phone calls they received since Florida Governor DeSantis announced the reopening on Friday. DeSantis ordered gyms closed. That was March 20th, which, by the way, was 3 days after the idea of shutting down bars and restaurants. Klein said all 5 locations underwent a deep cleaning during the closure, and some got extensive renovations. Well, that's a heck of an idea there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good overall. So they say here, quote, "We did everything we could in the time that we would need to make clubs as clean and fresh as possible." Says at Zone Health and Fitness, owner Ben Massario reported about 80% of normal traffic at the gym's 2 locations. And it's been an amazing day. We're hearing across the country to expect 30% during the first week. But not all gyms opened on Monday. The Frank DeLuca YMCA Family Center remains closed, as do most of the chain facilities in the area, by the way. As a note of the YMCA of Central Florida's Facebook page stated it would reopen in phases beginning on May 21st. The group operates 18 family centers in Central Florida, including our Ocala location. So there you go there. As it says here, to your health, Dave Stout was walking on a treadmill while wearing a surgical mask. Masks are not required inside the gym, but more people are adopting them to prevent the spread of the new coronavirus, or just do an old-fashioned trick which makes you feel like you're training at high altitude because you're not getting very much oxygen. The air would be thinner, as if you're training in Denver. That's one way to do it. But at the end of the day, just remember, masks are not required, and they don't expect you to work out and do a bunch of bench presses and push yourself to the limits while wearing a surgical mask. Anyway, so that's the trend so far from yesterday. Is the conversation that's trending is getting back to the gym. Is that something you guys are interested in, getting back to the gym? 622-9622. Give us a call. Let us know your opinion. And is 50% the right number? Is 50% the right number, or should they just opened it up 100%? Because I don't think people were going to flock there like the salmon at Capistrano. I think it's the gym, so everybody's got to work their mind into the direction, especially if you haven't been to the gym in a while. You gotta mentally prepare for that kind of thing, right? I know most people do. So why 50%? Just 100%. You're not going to have 100% occupancy in day 2. As you may have a little bit more crowdedness come between 4 and 6 o'clock as people finish up work and then hit the gym. But at the same time, it's just one of those things. It's one of those guidelines that are set that keep an eye on and see where it goes from there. But with that, restaurants we know are now at 50% capacity, which is interesting. We'll see how that kind of rolls through everything else with the numbers of COVID, and from there, I don't know. Again, just 100%, open it up. But then again, leave it up to the restaurants and what they want to do. Leave it up to the business owner, huh? They're adults. They can make decisions, right? Right? I guess. Anyway, 622-9622. We're going to have our phone lines open. We're going to get the conversation started as we're coming to the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour. It's, like we said, a little cloudy out there, but, not too bad. Not too bad. It's a little precipitation on the way. But, hey, we could use it. Let it come in through here to morning. And then as it comes through this morning, let it break away like we're expected to have happen for the beautiful weather for most of today, where we'll have sunny skies, breezy, very breezy. It'll be breezy this afternoon. It'll be bumpy up there for my colleagues up there in the small airplanes. But that's okay. It's good work. Keeps it interesting. But a little bit of rain and a clearing out. Sunny skies and highs of 90 today. Ooh, buddy. With that being said, good show. Good morning. AM Ocala Live. WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. As we say good morning, we're broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. Streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source. Back after this.
President Trump says he's been taking the anti-malarial drug hydroxychloroquine for about 2 weeks.
The president has consistently touted the medication as a possible treatment for coronavirus.
Because I think it's good. I've heard a lot of good stories. And if it's not good, I'll tell you right. I'm not going to get hurt by it.
The White House attending physician says he and President Trump discussed taking hydroxychloroquine and decided the benefits outweigh the risks.
Fox's Ray Bogan. Some studies have shown the drug's ineffective against the coronavirus and can cause sometimes fatal heart problems. Oregon Supreme Court will review the state's coronavirus shutdown orders, reinstating them for now.
Governor Kate Brown filed paperwork shortly after a circuit court judge ruled the restrictions null and void. That ruling stems from a lawsuit filed earlier this month by 10 churches around the state, arguing the social distancing directives are unconstitutional.
Fox's Rob Dawson. America's listening to Fox News.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
We know staying in is a little easier when you can grill out. That's why Ace will help you get a great grill for your family from the best brands like Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Weber. And with your local Ace right in your neighborhood, we'll assemble and deliver your grill for free. Then, to make it even easier, we'll include free fuel to help you get grilling. The brands you love and the service you trust, only at Ace. Offer valid for Ace Rewards members through May 31st on grills and accessories $3.99 and up. Propane tank not included. See participating stores for scheduling or exclusions.
I've always wanted to learn another language, so I decided to give Babbel a try, and I really like the teaching method of the app. I started with the beginner lesson on Babbel, and soon you're putting words into a conversation. Each lesson takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and they're all really different, which keeps things interesting. I can't wait to use my Spanish skills in real life. Dos cervezas, por favor.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com or download the Babbel app. That's BABBEL.com.
New book.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Hey, folks, those spring discount days just keep rolling. At Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala, there's an unheard of buy one, get one super buy on blueberries, just $4.99. And there's also an unheard of buy one, get one free on bougainvillea, as low as $22.99. Bob has hundreds of hydrangeas, many different colors, starting at just $19.99. And as usual, all flowering trees and shade trees are buy one, get one at half price. And yes, Bob Wine's is Crepe Myrtle headquarters for all of Ocala, picked from a dozen bright and wild colors, starting as low as $24.99. Now check the ad, call ahead with your order. You don't even have to leave your car. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, in the same blooming place since 1952.
Ever said, what's happened to the work ethic? Does anyone care about doing a good job? Shepherd November, local author, will be Adam's guest on Tuesday, May 26 at 8:35 a.m. to tell us about his series of 4 books that address just that subject. From his own experiences in the automotive industry and other fields, you will hear his take on the problem. That's the 26th at 8:35 a.m. One man's take on the demise of the pride in the workforce.
Help prevent the spread of germs. Wash your hands with soap and hot water for at least 20 seconds and always wash before you touch your face, eat, or drink. Use hand sanitizers. Limit sharing of eating utensils. Practice social distancing and avoid physical contact. Sneeze or cough into a tissue or the inside of your elbow. Avoid contact with ill individuals. An ounce of prevention is worth a ton of cure. Download the free booklet at Scientology.org/stay well.
This is Jan from Palm Garden. Now that our governor is slowly reopening our state, the number one question I get is, when can I visit my loved one at Palm Garden? The quick answer is that I don't know. I can tell you that we were the first to close and will likely be the last to reopen in order to protect our residents. Limiting visitors, screening, and masks will also be likely. Until we are able to see you again, we are Palm Garden.
Pals Ocala Auto Repair fixes all makes and models. Pals makes sure that your vehicle's engine, mechanical, and electrical components are healthy at all times. Pals team would much rather see you drive to their shop for a full checkup than be towed in for a complex repair. Give Pals a call today to schedule your next service appointment. 352-414-2984. What? A nationwide warranty, 36 months or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first? Pals looks forward to servicing you and servicing your vehicle. 352-414-2984.
On this episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Holy, what have you done in my kitchen?
Oh, honey, how is it? I never know when she's coming home.
What are all these pipes laying around? Why is my dishwasher in the living room, and why is the carpet all wet?
Well, remember that fancy new kitchen remodel you've always wanted?
Oh, I do, and this is not it.
But I thought I might save some money by doing it myself.
You thought wrong. I promise this is going to cost you way more. You should have called in the professionals at Mike Scott Plumbing, because I'm pretty sure when I flush the toilet, water is not supposed to come out of the sink.
Noticed that, did you?
The next thing I'm going to notice is you calling Mike Scott Plumbing like you should have done in the first place.
Yes, dear. 866-314-4443.
Yes, 866-314-4443.
That played out so differently in my head.
On next week's episode of What Not to Do.
No, not monkeys.
For vegetable and cucurbit growers looking to maximize quality and increase marketable yield potential, look no further than Miravis Prime fungicide. This powerful preventative and curative fungicide delivers unprecedented spectrum, stamina, and control of gummy stem blight, powdery mildew, and other difficult diseases. With long-lasting residual control, Miravis Prime delivers the consistent control and management flexibility you need, and it can complement your integrated pest management program. Talk to your Syngenta retailer about the unprecedented performance of Miravis Prime. Always read and follow label instructions.
WOCA.
Rather cloudy for today with a shower or thunderstorm around, high 85 to 89. Then a mainly clear night, low 65 to 69. For tomorrow, a mostly sunny day, high around 90. Then tomorrow night, mainly clear with a low around 70. Thursday, a partly sunny day with a thunderstorm for the afternoon. High 90 to 94. At night, mainly clear with a low 68 to 72. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Kevin Snyder.
Hey, folks, get your ears on for this week's super deals at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. Straight from this week's big ad, you'll find boxwoods just $3.99. Frost-proof gardenia also $3.99. Same for African iris and Laura pedalum, all just $3.99. For $2.99, take your pick. Bush daisy, southern charm azalea, variegated pittosporum, and much, much more. Of course, everybody's favorite ever-blooming red ruffle azaleas, still the history-making low price of $3.99. Don't miss out on this spring's biggest crepe myrtle sale. Take your pick from a dozen or so different colors, big number 4 sides, and blooming right now, just $24.99. Everything else for your yard or garden, call in your order. We'll deliver curbside. And come early to beat the crowds. Bob Wine's Camellia Garden, Southeast 38th Street, open daily till 4:30 in the same blooming place since 1952.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Good morning, everybody. As we said, happy Tuesday. Moving through this work week. Tuesday. 2 for Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. How about that? As it's a little cloudy right now. As we said, it's about 70 degrees out there, where there's, noticed on the radar there at the break that there's a little line of showers kind of making its way. We'll see how much of Marion County will get that little bit of rain this morning, but as that moves through, we should see it clear out, and then have some breeziness this afternoon, but with that highs in the upper 80s near 90, as we'll have more sunshine as the clouds will break away a little bit. As I was just looking, something that popped up I thought was interesting. It's trending as of late yesterday. Was now Sunday was the season finale of the tumultuous American Idol, as they kind of got foobarred there with how everything went. As usually they get everything organized to have all of these contestants by the time they're never down to the top 20 to be able to do a live event that's held up with them performing on stage in front of a huge room full of people and all that kind of stuff. So that changed as we know it. So what had happened was, with the quarantine, with the lockdown and everything going on with COVID-19, they had to perform from at home in their own rooms, their own houses, each contestant, and they cut the season a little bit short as they trimmed the fat down to I think 10, and then from 10 they had 5, and then that was who was left to try to win it. What was interesting, I watched a little bit of it this year just because my girl's a huge fan of it, so, give and take. And it was a little bit interesting considering how they had to adapt and probably how much more difficult it was to have to adapt with everything they were doing. So they sent all the contestants, they sent all of them, the necessary technology and equipment needed to be set up to make it look as good as they could on camera or through webcam to perform in their house. And it was just a little awkward, and I think also too with ESPN's and the interest in some kind of sports with the like we said, the docuseries The Last Dance airing at the same time as American Idol. I think it took a big hit in the ratings, so they're like, let's just trim the fat here and get it over with. But the reason I'm bringing it up, because this is an article that's been trending, and I thought it was fascinating. Now, I think the girl who won it, I think her name is just Sam or something like that, but very, very talented girl that you could tell had probably been through some roughness in her life, some pain, but has a talent, has a gift, and for her, she made it as winner. But that's not really the big tagline. The big tagline here is, as a lot of people concerned for Ryan Seacrest. Ryan Seacrest, obviously, who hosts the American Idol. It was an article that was brought up in national news that Ryan Seacrest's representatives are coming out with comments saying that he did not have a stroke on American Idol after the fans voiced concern. I guess through most of yesterday, they voiced a concern through the televised season finale that he had garbled up his words, had mumbled his words, and had a bulging eye, where it led some people to believe that those were the symptoms shown in that moment to be suffering from some type of something close related to a stroke. And it was today that it comes out. It says, don't worry, Ryan Seacrest is okay. Eagle-eyed fans suggested that Seacrest suffered a medical emergency while hosting Sunday's American Idol finale. From his Los Angeles home after the veteran host slurred his words and his left eye appeared to be bulged late in the broadcast. Viewers expressed their worries on Twitter and speculated Seacrest suffered a stroke on live television. His absence from Monday's episode of Live with Kelly and Ryan only added to the fans' concern, saying, quote, "Did Ryan Seacrest have a stroke? I'm worried," said, quote, on tweet from Jazz Samantha, who tweeted. But they made a press release come out saying that Seacrest's representatives, however, eased everyone's concerns by providing a health update. And this was interesting here. And it's just something to talk about. Like I said, something is trending, and I think it's fascinating because this is more news than the person who actually won American Idol, and that just goes to show you how messed up this season was for that show, considering it's going to come back for another season, but how everything had to change. And then here's the big part about it is they say after as for missing work on Monday, it says Ryan did not have any kind of stroke last night, quote. His rep said in a statement provided to CNN and People. Like many people right now, Ryan is adjusting to the normal and finding work-home balance with added stress of having to put on live shows from his home. As for missing work on Monday, he took a well-deserved day off. The statement added between Live with Kelly and Ryan, American Idol, On Air, Ryan Seacrest, and the Disney Family Sing-Along specials has been juggling 3 to 4 on-air jobs over the last week, and he needs his rest, in a statement said. As that's pretty fascinating. I just thought that was something interesting to throw out there. It's not like he has COVID. It's just like he's just stressed from it. And I think in some way we could all relate to that if you're trying to handle a lot right now. And now that things are opening back up, that's to help move things along. But like we talked about with having the kids at home, maybe you were working from home, trying to do it via Zoom, via your laptop, trying to make time for both, trying to make time for everybody in a maybe sometimes a hostile environment when now there's a lot more people in the house and more noise and more energy all over the place. It could be stressful. And this guy's proven how stressful it could be. That was interesting. I don't know. It doesn't say anything about the winner, but it does say that your concerns for Ryan Seacrest are now better. And the reason I brought it up too is like this guy is almost a workaholic. Now he's making a ton of money, I know, but at the end of the day, he reminds you of a guy just like he does for the host of the New Year's Eve, Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve. Dick Clark was kind of the same way. As my grandparents were always a fan of Dick Clark, and that's one of the things they said. It's like he's in everything, and a workaholic. And could you imagine just having to do all that crap over and over, 4 of them working from home? But crazy. And if you've seen the video of where they're talking about at the point where he slurred his words and had a bulging eye. I'll be honest with you, it's not funny, but it looked like he had something going on there, which looked a little much. But anyway, as far as the PR, it's pretty interesting that was trending, though. Don't know who won it, but Ryan Seacrest is okay. Oh, nonetheless, we're going to continue rolling. We got some other stuff to talk about here. As we do, we're going to take a short little break and come on back to it. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. I'll get you through this week here. Tuesday. It's all right. It's May. Feels like summer, doesn't it? Let it roll. Good morning, everybody. If you're sipping your coffee in your car on your way to work, thank you for listening. We'll be back right after this.
WOCA.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. So let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Will.
And this is Wendy of Dex Imaging in Gainesville and Ocala. You know, we live and work in this community just like you, and we wanted to personally invite you to call us with any questions or concerns about your copiers or printers.
Like, how can I save money on my toner? That stuff's expensive.
In most cases, a complimentary workflow analysis has shown we can save your business 20 to 30% on printing cost.
Have you been kicking around the idea of going paperless? Are you considering a document management solution? Maybe you just want to ask some questions, but don't want to be bombarded by aggressive salespeople.
Give us a call. We'll be happy to answer your questions and show you how you can save money with our award-winning copiers and printers and our amazing service team.
Who, in case you didn't know, will be there in 4 hours or less to service your machine, guaranteed, and we have a 97% first-time fix rate. Check us out at deximaging.com or give us a call.
In Ocala, dial 352-433-4090. That's 433-4090.
Rather cloudy for today with a shower or thunderstorm around, high 85 to 89. Then a mainly clear night, low 65 to 69. For tomorrow, a mostly sunny day, high around 90. Then tomorrow night, mainly clear with a low around 70. Thursday, a partly sunny day with a thunderstorm for the afternoon. High 90 to 94. At night, mainly clear with a low 68 to 72. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Kevin Snyder.
The Centers is fully operational and continues to serve clients. Friday, the 22nd at 8:35 a.m., Steve Blank, COO of the Centers, will be our in-studio guest to keep us informed about the Centers and its services. Again, that's Friday the 22nd at 8:35 a.m. News you can use from the Centers and the source, WOCA.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
WOCA. Ocala.
Good morning. You're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, the source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. 1370 AM, Tuesday. As we're getting ourselves closer here to the top of the 8 o'clock hour, 8 minutes before the top of the 8 o'clock hour, as we stay tuned for our segment of Life South Community Blood Centers with Galen. And that's brought to you by our proud sponsors, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, Penn Flooring. And as we're rolling on through here, we were talking a little bit about just some stuff that's trending nonetheless for the topic of the conversation of Tuesday. And one of the big ones is national news, which you heard there at the bottom, which you'll probably hear at the top. This is Trump says he's taken hydrochloroquine, the drug he touted as coronavirus treatment. Despite the FDA warnings, it says President Donald Trump said Monday he has taken the hydrochloroquine, an anti-malaria drug that he repeatedly touted as treatment for coronavirus, despite warnings about its effectiveness. I happened to be taking it, Trump said during a roundtable discussion with restaurant executives at the White House. I hope to not be able to take it soon, because I hope they come up with some other answer, but I think people should be allowed to. Now, the Food and Drug Administration has cautioned against the use of the hydroxychloroquine and the chloroquine for COVID-19 treatment outside of hospitals and clinical trials due to risk of heart rhythm problems. Now, it says here, quoted, hydrochloroquine and chloroquine have not been shown to be safe and effective for treatment or preventing COVID-19, as the FDA warned. Both can use abnormal heart rhythms and a dangerously rapid heart rate, the statement said. Now, Trump, who said he has been taking the drug for nearly about a week and a half, said that the White House physician didn't recommend the treatment but offered it to him. Which is interesting. Two recent observation studies of the coronavirus patients suggested that the drug has little impact on treating the disease. The studies, while not the same as the clinical trial, suggested that the drug did not significantly reduce complications from the virus or death. Trump told reporters along with taking the drug, he is being tested for COVID-19 every couple of days, but so far has tested negative. Then I guess he's taking it as a preventative. then why take it if you don't have it? But anyway, Trump told reporters along with taking the drug, he is being tested for COVID-19 every couple days, but so far has tested negative, saying, quote, "You'd be surprised about how many people are taking it, especially the frontline workers, before you catch it." Trump said before revealing he was among those taking the drug, the president had touted the drug for weeks, frequently discussing anecdotal evidence of its impacts from the podium daily during the White House briefings. His administration stockpiled 29 million doses of the drug earlier in the pandemic. Trump also touted remdesivir, an experimental antiviral drug developed by the American biotech firm Gilead Sciences for Ebola, that was cleared by the FDA to treat patients with the coronavirus. Earlier data from a global study released last month found patients given this remdesivir recovered faster and may be less likely to die. But another study found no clinical benefits with the drug. So that's a little interesting there nonetheless. But he is taking it, and I think he's taking it with the expectations that it'll keep him negative like he has been in lieu of COVID-19 and what's been going on. Because we've heard rumors within the past week and a half, actually, about cases of COVID-19 testing positive in the White House. So there you go. Now, one of the big things here is before we get to the top of the 8 o'clock hour, I've noticed a lot of people have had conversations, and it's one side of the spectrum to the other when it comes to the claims of the unemployment. It's been one of the biggest complicated not only conversations but process. As out of Tallahassee, and this is posted as of yesterday late afternoon, as Tallahassee Governor Ron DeSantis said Monday, most remaining unsettled claims in the state's heavy criticized unemployment system are due to incomplete applications. DeSantis said forms often lack Social Security numbers or information about wages earned when the applicants were employed, or they improperly listed reasons for being out of work. Social Security numbers, really? Really? Isn't that the thing that you would pay most attention to when you're filling it out? Come on. I think that's a little foobar there. I think that's a little much. Often forms like Social Security numbers, like that's one of the things you're expected to put in, and that's the thing when people have the expectation of getting money, they're going to do things correctly to get it. They're going to fill out what's necessary and appropriate and double check it because they're going to get money. So I always felt that was a little fluff as I heard that from an excuse from last week. But we were in Tampa. Here's a quote. We were in Tampa the other day, and one of the reporters said, I have someone here who has been unable to get approved. Filed them in mid-March, DeSantis said on Monday, while in Orlando. So it's like, give us a name. We took the name, and it turns out the employer's contesting it, saying that the individual quit. DeSantis, who intended to provide more information Tuesday on the state's much varied handling of jobless claims on the common pitfalls by applicants, made similar comments Friday while in Jacksonville, where they said 9 times out of 10 the application's incomplete. Now, for those who know, who have gone on it, and I've heard this too, is the idea that as you've gone to fill out the application, it was back where they actually had issues with the system being down, and then they changed the format of the system and the application. And then we know from our partners here at CareerSource, for a while there, with a heavy onslaught of online applications, they were starting to tell people to go ahead and file by mail, to go ahead and fill out the paper and send that application in. So we know if you're going to do that it's going to take much, much longer because it's got to be processed by paper rather than online. Anyhow, DeSantis, who intends to provide more information Tuesday on the state's much varied handling of the jobless claims, like they said, 9 out of 10 times the application's incomplete. Now, Monday, DeSantis also put the onus on the news media to check the backgrounds of people, including Social Security numbers, before using them in anecdotal stories on the state's Connect unemployment system. Yeah, okay, we'll see. Anyway, we come to the top of the hour. WOCA Ocala. We'll be back right after this.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. President Trump says he's been taking hydroxychloroquine, a drug for malaria and lupus he's been promoting as a potential coronavirus treatment.
I've received a lot of positive letters, and it seems to have an impact, and maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but if it doesn't, you're not going to get sick or die.
Several studies so far show no benefit from the drug against COVID-19.